never expected to find the missing family. The trails have already been combed thoroughly over the past week and a half. Besides, my sibling Ace and I weren't exactly experienced hikers. We'd never gone off trail before. At least, not on purpose. But somewhere deep in the pines, the trail markers disappeared. Our phones lost signal. The narrow dirt path we followed twisted steadily uphill until it simply ended in a patch of trees. We were about to turn back when we saw this small clearing ahead, with the remnants of the campfire ring and a few discarded soda cans. Ace muttered something and went to pick them up, only to call out when they spotted a bright pink backpack. Inside, a notebook, a crumpled paper lunch bag, and a worn sloth plushie. "Found you a snack," Ace said, tossing me the bag. "Dude, disgusting." I caught it and immediately gagged at the smell-rotten sandwich remains and a moldy apple. I flung the apple at Ace, who swore and ducked. Then, together, we examined the backpack. The same thought hit both of us. What if this belonged to the missing family? According to the news, Patty and Joel had gone hiking with their daughter Emily and Patty's brother Mike. They parked their car at the trailhead and never returned. That was 10 days ago. I picked up the sloth. His fur was grimy from being hugged too much. Emily's, maybe. Ace flipped through the notebook and held up a stick figure drawing labeled Smelly Uncle Mike. We laughed until we saw the names scribbled inside the cover. Emily B. Emily and Mike. Those were the names, right? I asked. "Shit," yeah, Ace said, eyes scanning the trees. "We need to call this in." The sun was slanting low. No sign of the family, just their abandoned campsite. They clearly kept going, but where? I wandered away from the clearing. Something pink fluttered in the distance. "Ruin, don't get lost," Ace called. I scrambled up a slope, brambles snagging at my legs, and grabbed a fabric child sweater. I held it up. It's got a name tag. Emily B. It looks like there's a trail going up this way. Ace squinted up at me, then turned back to the campsite, marking a nearby branch with blue painter's tape. Probably leaving a marker for where the trail vanished. Eventually, they joined me. "We're way off track," they muttered, taping another branch. "We have to follow this," I said. "We'll get just as lost." "Ace, we can't abandon them." "Rowan," they said, voice hard. "We need to report this. Wandering into the woods alone is how you end up missing too." We argued. I'm impulsive and idealistic. Ace is logical and stubborn. Since childhood, I've been the dreamer my bracelet says, not all who wander are lost. Ace believes only in maps and facts. The moment they realized we were off trail, they started marking trees and building cairns. But I wasn't going to back down. "Emily's out there," I said. "She needs her sloth. If we lose her forever, I'll never forgive myself." Ace hesitated. The light was turning gold, casting long shadows. I could see the conflict on their face. Then, with a frustrated curse, they shoved the roll of blue tape into my hand. "This is the stupidest thing you've ever done. But fine. I'll go call it in and come back for you. Mark every single tree. If you die out here, I'm going to haunt your dumb ghost forever." "I promise," I said. "I will." Ace hugged me hard, then stomped back down the slope. And for the record, they shouted, "You are a complete moron." I flipped them the bird. They raised their arm and flipped me off right back without even turning around. Then I turned toward the slope and started climbing. The air grew colder as I hiked. The trail was surprisingly clear, broad, well-trodden, no obstacles. The trees filtered the orange light gently. I marked trees with the tape only because I promised. After 40 minutes, the trail leveled out. The clearing opened ahead. There, nestled in the trees, was a cabin. A pink thermos sat on the steps, covered in enamel stickers. Emily's. But the cabin wasn't on any map. I knew that. Ace had checked the maps obsessively once we got lost. Was the cabin private? Too new? Or had we wandered so far we were completely off the grid? And if the family found this place, why were they still missing? I stepped closer. Something smelled. Foul. Garbage, sewage, rotting meat. I climbed the creaking steps, hand shaking as I grabbed the knob. A freezing numbness spread through my fingers. Then I opened the door. To my shock, the inside was bright. 4 people sat at a table. A tired man raised a finger to his lips. "Are you Joel?" I asked. He pressed a finger to his lips harder. A woman across from him glared and shook her head. Her lips were stitched shut. Next to her, a little girl stared at me, her eyes locked on the salt in my hand. The 4th figure didn't move, long-haired, seated with his back to me. Joel beckoned me to the empty chair at his left. I sat, pushing the sloth toward the girl. "Are you Emily? People have been. SHHH. The door slammed open. I froze. Joel grabbed my arm, yanking me close. He pointed to his eyes and shut them. I saw Emily and her mother already squeezing theirs shut. So I closed mine too. Footsteps thudded across the floor. Slow. Heavy. Then, laughter. Quiet. Creepy. Familiar. It moved around the table. Something smelled horrible like decay. I felt breath on my cheek. It whispered my name. Joel's grip tightened on my arm. The whispering voice moved to the other side. Then, after a long moment, it was gone. The door shut behind it. I opened my eyes. Everyone was staring at me. Joel, the woman with stitched lips, the girl, and the 4th person. I gasped. It was Uncle Mike. His eyes were hollow, bloody sockets. His mouth, too, was sewn shut. Joel tapped the table, pointing to the center. Etched into the wood were the words, "Speak and be silenced. Look and be blinded. Leave and be bound. When the last chair is filled, you will be free." I looked at their hands. They weren't just holding each other. Their hands were nailed to the table. Joel gripped my arm again and mouthed, "Leave and be bound." All the air left my lungs, and I sank back into the